Yeah, we toured with those guys all summer, and they helped us out for about 3 months.
Cool.
Doing some headlining stuff, and then we just really got along with Ryan, and so we asked him to join the band permanently. And we didn't totally steal him. Their band was, one of their members was kind of faking, so.
Yeah. Oh, man, that's totally cool.
But we would have stolen him anyway.
That's crazy. So wait, you guys have 2 records on Fearless? Or,
yeah.
And is that what you signed for?
Yeah.
For 2? Are you guys gonna like re-sign, or did you re-sign?
No, we're I think we're done with Fearless.
Okay.
And we're right now we're doing it on our own. We're trying to do it on our own, and we're gonna try to self-release this new CD. Unless, I mean, you know, whatever happens, if somebody wants to help us put it out, we'd obviously love some help. But
yeah,
if not, we paid for it all ourselves, and we're real proud of it. So.
Do you guys like doing the DIY thing rather than being on like a label?
I'd rather do it. It's more, you appreciate it more, and you work a lot harder for it, but it is really expensive.
Yeah.
And we don't make very much money, so we're pretty much putting every dime we make into this record, and yeah, we got to get it mixed, release it, press it, and do all that shit. And so it's pretty tough. We may need some help, but it's
are you just
satisfaction.
Like selling it online, or are you gonna?
Hopefully we'll get distribution for it. It won't be out for a couple of months, but yeah, it should be everywhere. We're trying to get distribution for it. Our manager's working on some deals and stuff like that. We're trying to get some help.
That's crazy, man. Like, I'm starting to see a lot of bands like going the DIY route.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I had the Terra Melis guys on yesterday.
Oh yeah.
And they wanted me to relay a message to you.
Yeah.
They wanted me to say we were hacked.
They were hacked.
They were hacked. Yeah. So yeah, I mean they're doing the whole. They're doing the DIY thing themselves, and I mean, I think it's pretty cool, actually.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like, especially nowadays, you don't need a label anymore.
Yeah.
You just need the internet.
Yeah, seriously, it's with everything that's going down, you know, it's kind of turning into the Great Depression of the music industry, and so anybody that can take it into their own hands, I think, will be better off in the long run.
Was Fearless helpful for you guys? Like,
Yeah, definitely. You know, they've done, you know, like any label, we've had, you know, hot and cold with them, but all in all, I think they were a good label. They let us pretty much do whatever we wanted, and they weren't always demanding demos when we were in the studio, and they pretty much trusted us to do whatever, and yeah, they weren't too bitchy or anything like that. They were pretty cool guys to us.
Did they offer to resign you though?
No. They did.
You're like, no.
They did a while ago, but then not recently. And yeah, I don't think they would. They kind of know that we're just not a band that really would go on that label, I think. And a lot of times they didn't totally know what to do with us. And so, yeah.
You know what I think is weird? Is like a lot of the bands on Fearless are totally different from what I remember Fearless being.
Yeah.
Like back in the day they had like At the Drive-In, you know, and that was like totally cool. Like now I got a few promos from them like the other week, and it's like pop punk stuff.
Yeah.
And like I guess I don't really understand how it kind of transitioned from At the Drive-In to like.
Well, I think At the Drive-In was just one of those flukes too. I think they've always kind of been a pop punk label, except they've randomly had, you know, a few heavier bands and a few, love when you do this.
Is that your manager?
Yeah, that's our tour manager.
Yeah,
that's Ian Shaw.
Awesome.
It's fantastic. And he just walks around and gives everybody money.
Yeah. Just like at random.
What's not to like about it?
Yeah.
So, like, what have you guys learned that you didn't know before you started doing the DIY thing? More responsibility.
Yeah, just a lot more work and a lot more money, but it really feels good though.
Does it?
I think so. Yeah, if we actually end up putting it out, like shit, we're gonna be pretty proud of it.
What about you, man? I know you got a lot to say.
Oh well.
What do you say?
Zach's covering it pretty well, really. I mean, he's covering it well.
Does it intimidate you though to think that you're going to do this all by yourself?
Oh yeah, it's scary as hell.
Because what happens if like you guys don't sell
I mean,
records?
the only thing that concerns me is promoting it.
Yeah,
You gotta,
see,
I mean, that's another thing you gotta pay for.
yeah, that's our publicist right now is we can't afford her, but we I don't know if we could afford her, and but yeah, there's that whole thing, you know, putting it out ourselves is one thing. We could do that, we could get it in stores, but you know, there's ads in magazines, there's people that, you know, if you're not on a label or not on a label that, you know, your group of friends respect, they won't even give you the time of day, and so there's always that worry.
Are you guys gonna like do magazine ads? That's expensive.
Yeah,
That's
no, we
all part of
wouldn't
the
do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'd get,
If
you
we
know,
got Heidi, we would.
yeah, I'm sure I would do it. But that's still the other thing, because Heidi would get the magazines to do it, but the label would pay for the actual spots. And so, I don't know. I doubt that we would do them ourselves, but Heidi works a lot with, like, getting write-ups. But I don't know about actual ads.
So how do you guys keep everything organized though? Like, I guess I'm just trying to make sense of like coming off of a label.
We're lucky to have a really good manager, a really good tour manager, and they work together to kind of keep us in check.
Keep everything.
Yeah, you heard me. and we, I mean, we're trying to get pretty good about it. We've been a little crazy, but we're starting to buckle down and just everything we do, try to do, you know, for the band. We work really hard at what we do, and we're trying to make this a career. And we're on tour all the time, and if not, we're recording. And you know, we figure there's a lot of lazy bands out there, and we don't want to be one of those. We want to constantly. It's what we like to do, and I think to do it in this day and age, with there's so many bands, you got to work really fucking hard.
Do you guys like book your own tours too, or do you have like a booking?
We have a booking agent.
Oh, okay, so
yeah.
that's
Yeah,
awesome.
That'd be
would suck.
There's no way I could do that. That's the first thing we need. But yeah, we got a good team of people with us, and so label or no, we got a good crew and we got a good little family going. So
do you guys ever feel like pressured and you just want to like not do this anymore?
sometimes, yeah,
Yeah.
it gets, just random shit gets pretty tough when you're out as much as we are, and yeah.
Can you give me some examples of some tough shit that's been through?
Well, pretty much just touring and having absolutely no time off. You lose great jobs, you lose homes, you lose girlfriends, and then you start getting emails and you're like, holy shit, I'm booked through Thanksgiving. I can't make any plans to go anywhere. And so, and luckily we do have a little time off. We got about a month off this summer, which is not normal, but pretty badass. And then you start hearing about tour dates that could fall in there, and you're like, oh shit, that's the only time we'd get off before November.
Yeah.
But like I said, even when we take time off, it's usually spent recording or practicing. So.
What are the goals for the upcoming album? Like, are you guys gonna go like overseas and promote too? And
oh yeah. We've been over. We'll definitely hit the Germany, Switzerland, Austria area.
Yeah.
We do pretty well over there. We go over there quite often.
Cool.
And we're working on UK and kind of Southern Europe, and hopefully our plans for it are, go as many places we can. We want to see the rest of the world.
You're gonna try to get on bigger tours.
Yeah.
That's support.
Yeah. I mean, we're always trying to do. To bigger and better. That's the other thing that's scary is, without a label and without big sound scan numbers and shit.
That is scary.
You don't know if we can pull that.
Do you think people are gonna like download a lot of your stuff?
Yeah.
Then rather than like actual buying CDs?
I think if we put it out ourselves, I think kids will be guilted into buying it. I know. I think more people, because I never buy CDs. I download everything. But if somebody was putting out an album themselves, and I saw them like coming to town, like, I'll either download the record and then go to the show and buy a shirt or something, or buy it there. And we work on the honor system. We're pro downloading. We want everybody to, try before you buy. If you really like it or you want the artwork or something, pick up the record. If not, that's the way the internet and the world's going. We're not scared of it.
So where's the industry going then? All these bands are starting to like do it themselves. Like, what do you see happening to labels, and what do you see happening?
I think a lot of labels are going to go bankrupt.
Major labels?
Some. I mean, their major labels are pretty smart, and they'll figure out ways to always keep ahead of the game. But I think it's going to be a good thing for the whole music industry in general. I think there'll be a lot less. I think in 10 years, basically, everybody playing music will be doing it for better reasons than they are now or have been in the past. So there won't be much money in it. It'll be more for the art, and you can still make a living at it, hopefully, but not a super crazy one. And so it'll be real people doing the music.
What do you think of the bands now, like the bands that are all on Warped Tour? Those type of bands. The bands that are kind of like trendy?
I don't know. I like some of them.
Yeah.
And, but, I don't think, it kind of depends on what they're doing. Some bands do it right, and no matter even what kind of music you play, I think it's kind of how you build your fan base. And, you can flame up real quick, and you can become really big. You can become story of the year for a year, or you can, or
That's how it worked out.
I know, and
It's almost like they did that on purpose.
Yeah, and seriously, if you do that shit too quick, if you get a radio hit when nobody knows who you are, that's how one-hit wonders happen. People, just love that song, and they don't care about your records. And if you start small and build your way up, and you get a lot of hardcore fans that'll buy every record and keep moving up, and you build a steady foundation first, then you'll be able to last a lot longer.
The last thing I remember hearing of that band is they got in a fight with like the dude from Godsmack.
Really?
They got jumped by Godsmackers.
Oh man, that's awesome.
And then this was like 3 years ago, and then no one's ever heard of them again.
Oh man, they're nice guys. We actually played a show with them.
Yeah.
Not too long ago. This was before you joined.
Yeah.
You were there, right, Ian?
No.
For the Story of the Year show? You weren't there? Oh man, it was in this little town in Michigan, and not too many people came up. It was in a giant place, and they had a bus. They had like 15 crew, a semi-truck, and it was insane, but not a whole lot of people. It's kind of weird.
That is weird.
Yeah, but they're nice guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are there any other bands that you guys that you really like, or not fond of?
There's lots of bands.
He's like, there's a lot of bands.
There's a lot of bands.
And he's all laughing like, dude, a ton of bands I hate.
We hate a lot of bands. Yeah, we hate a lot of bands, and we like a lot of bands. We prefer to talk about the bands we like more.
Sure, go ahead.
Mostly our friends' bands we're big into. Celebration, The Builders and the Butchers, and Red Fang, Wild Orchid Children,
Shazam,
Foxy, KK.
This tour is really cool because both the bands we know and are friends with and are really good. So that's really not often.
Rocky Battlata. That's another good one.
So what do you guys do after you're out of the venue? You guys go party it up out here?
It depends.
Yeah, depends where you're gonna drive.
Yeah. If we don't have to drive, then we love a party.
Wild Orchid Children's riding with us, so
yes,
we party. Technically, we party with another band every night.
In the band?
Yeah, we got 12 people in that band right now.
How does
It's
that
gnarly.
It's butt to butt.
Ass to ass.
That's crazy. You guys stay at bands' houses or hotels?
Sometimes hotels mostly, and then we've been doing this for a while, so we've got friends pretty much everywhere, and little houses. It's hard to house 12 of us, but hey, how you doing? Oh, that's cool.
It's cool. You can join them. No problem.
Thanks.
Yeah, I just lost my train of thought. Go ahead. Keep talking.
So that's pretty much what we do, and then every now and then, if there's something fun going on, if somebody tells us about a party or something, we're, always down to go. We like to have fun.
Yeah.
We were in South by Southwest not too long ago.
How was that?
That was crazy.
It was a little too much party.
It was awesome, though.
Yeah, I had a blast.
How many shows did you guys play on there?
8.
Damn. In 8 different days, or?
No,
just
like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
It was tough.
But one day, we played a show, we had a day off, and then we had 7 shows in 3 days.
That's
pretty
nuts, dude.
It was hardcore. It's fun though.
But that gets you a lot of exposure too. Then that should get you a lot of magazine write-ups and.
Yeah, I think it'll be a big help. Yeah, we've
like
got a lot of
people walking by, just being like, oh, I can hear this from here. I'm gonna listen to it.
Yeah. Just our name was around and stuff like that. And we probably spilled drinks on a lot of important people at the after parties. And
this kind of changes the subject a little bit, but would you guys ever do vinyl pressing of your new stuff?
oh yeah, we're definitely going to.
Oh, you are?
Oh, for sure.
Vinyl
Yeah. We're big.
before or like going to be released?
Probably at the same time.
Same time?
Or actually, we tend to do it a little bit after for some reason, because we take our time with it. We've got really good vinyl guys that we go through a vinyl collective, Suburban Home, and they're out of Colorado and they're really cool dudes.
Awesome.
And they make really awesome vinyl.
Are you guys a fan of digital?
Yeah.
Do you have like a preference, vinyl or analog or digital?
It kind of depends on the band.
Really?
And yeah.
What about for like your
If
band?
you're
Like,
at home, and you got a record player at home, then yeah, I would buy vinyls, albums, you know. But considering we're always on the road, I haven't been buying records very often, and so you stick your iPod and
iPod City in there.
And MP3s.
Dude, I don't even have an iPod. For some reason, I don't think it sounds nearly as good as CD, obviously, or even like for record.
Yeah, it's a lot cheaper too, and you know it in your head. But I mean, for the sheer convenience, especially with what we do, I mean, they're handy little bastards, dude. You walk around like I got like 12,000 songs in my pocket. You know, that's awesome. And it's handy. But yeah, obviously, if we had homes and we were sitting there all day, I'm sure we'd all be more record players.
Well, do you think it's going to get to points where everything's going to be digital and there's not going to be any more CDs?
Oh yeah, I don't think stores are gonna, everything's gonna be online. I think eventually.
Pretty much get everything on the internet. Some people just like stores. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Try things on. And I
you can like buy your groceries online.
Oh yeah, you can. And it'll make, pretty soon, there'll always be the mom and pop things hanging around because people, like the experience. But when it comes down to it, the internet can just cut so many costs, no electricity bills, no paying people in stores. You just have like one factory that can ship to anywhere, and scary stuff, man.
Cash will be a novelty.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That guy's cash.
Yeah.
Not even just talking about music, but when you talk about like
everything, man.
Everything. I never really thought about it in that aspect before.
Yeah, it's gonna be insane. People still go to stores, obviously, but even if you wanted to buy an actual CD or vinyl, you can go online and find it $4 cheaper. And eventually, once people start figuring out that they don't have to rent a bunch of stores, they don't have to pay employees, they don't have to do any of that stuff, and it's just such a cheaper way. And it's not good. It's cool. It's convenient, but eventually it's going to be not good, and it'll all move around. Everything goes in circles.
So when you think about that with like the music industry and stuff, do you think that it's going to end up encouraging more kids to come to shows?
Yeah, I do think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it'll all go back. I think we saw
like the
it
70s or
first,
something.
Yeah. We saw it. Our first record sold a certain number of copies, and we put out our next record, which was Church Mouth, and we had way more press for it, but we were getting big into the downloading thing, and so right when it came out, we sent out a bunch of bulletins, and we told everybody where to download it for free. And we're like, hey, if you like it, come to our shows, buy a shirt. That's more important to us. And we just want as many people to have our music. And Church Mouth sold about half as many copies as Waiter did. But after Church Mouth came out, we started getting, 2 or 3 times as many people at our shows, and more people buying T-shirts. And so it's better for us. It's harder to get tours with bigger bands because they're like, oh, you've only sold this many CDs. But when they look at our tour numbers, it's obviously that a lot more people have downloaded our record than have bought it. And so we're fine with that.